Whether it's a bar, restaurant, hotel, or even the internet, people can get banned from anywhere for just about anything. There are a bunch of stories about people, especially celebrities, getting banned from places, so let's dive into 10 more today as we count down the top 10 celebrities banned from public places part 3. At number 10, Azealia Banks. Rapper Azealia Banks is certainly no stranger to conflict. She's often in the news about some beef or odd encounter, so really it comes as no surprise to find out that she's been banned a few times. Azealia has been suspended or banned from Twitter a few times. Each time, eventually, she does get her account back, only to berate people all over again. She's had beefs with other singers like Zayn Malik, whom she read to filth a few years back, but her most recent scandals online that have resulted in her getting banned have to do with her tweets about the trans community, as well as the prescription drug PrEP. In 2019, Azealia was banned from Twitter for some time after she went on a Twitter rant about PrEP. This anti-HIV drug was the subject of the rapper's rant, where she told people not to take it, saying that it doesn't work, and even condemned singer Frank Ocean for promoting it. Fast forward to 2020, and Azalea's account was once again suspended due to her transphobic tweets about gender confirmation surgeries. No matter what, Azealia will always be back to offend someone new, so there's really no stopping her, unfortunately. At number 9, Stuart Rar. I don't know about you guys, but I can't really see myself having a meltdown in a restaurant because of meaningless things like a table being ready. There are bigger things to worry about, but apparently not to Stuart Rar. I mean, he's a billionaire, so he probably pays someone to care about things for him. In 2012, Stuart here had a meltdown in a high-end restaurant because his table wasn't ready. I mean, there were plenty of other tables to sit at, but this was his table, and these peons were sitting in it. He was so desperate to get his table back that he even tried bribing the people sitting there with paying for their meal, which could have cost upwards of $1,000, but they still said no. He had a Karen moment and then was asked to leave. He then sent an all-caps email to one of the restaurant's owners, which included some pretty harsh language, and because of this behavior, he was subsequently banned for life. Stu was not ever gonna get that spot back. Before I carry on with this list, please consider leaving a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, because it really does help the channel out. At number 8, Miley Cyrus. Now, a while back I did a video on celebrities who have been banned from countries. It still baffles me that entire countries have banned some celebs. Like, how does that happen? Well, I have an answer to that. Well, at least where Miley Cyrus is concerned. Remember Miley's bangers era with the twerking and the tongue sticking out thing? Yeah. That got her banned from the Dominican Republic. The country banned her from performing in the country on morality grounds, saying that she, quote, undertakes acts that go against morals and customs, which are punishable by Dominican law, end quote. As a result, she wasn't allowed to perform in the country, as it was one of the stops on her Bangers World Tour. If you've seen clips of the tour, then you will kind of understand why the Dominican Republic tried to pass on Miley. The singer included imagery of the mean green, if you know what I mean, and other sexual imagery in her tour, and you know, that kind of stuff just isn't for everyone. At number 7, Alec Baldwin. Here's another celeb that's actually been banned from an entire country, and this case is one that is a reminder to think before you speak, because even some jokes can land you on someone's naughty list. Alec Baldwin is known for making some jokes here and there, though he should probably stick to acting if this is where his jokes lead him. In 2009, Letterman asked a then single Baldwin about marriage, to which he joked about getting a, quote, Filipino mail-in bride. This joke eventually got to the Philippines, and once people over there heard it, they issued a ban preventing him from entering the country. Things eventually settled, and the country isn't mad at Alec anymore, so maybe this helped him learn a valuable lesson about respect. Probably didn't, but one can hope. At number 6, Vince Neil. You know when someone catches you doing something wrong, and before they have the chance to report you, you put the blame on them? It's a strategy used in the game Among Us, and also apparently by Motley Crue frontman Vince Neil. In 2012, Vince found himself in some trouble after being caught in his shenanigans while staying at the Palms Hotel in Las Vegas. Vince promptly took to Twitter, going on a rampage about how horrible the hotel was, and going on to say, quote, due to recent events, including distrust and dishonesty at the executive level, I will never again step foot on Palms property, end quote. Everyone thought that something big must have gone down at the hotel, and it was sort of true, but the one in the wrong was in fact Vince, not the hotel. Because of Vince's tweets, the hotel released a statement stating that Vince has been kicked out of the hotel because of his inappropriate behavior and for threatening to give the hotel bad publicity. Vince was caught with his hand in the cookie jar, so to speak, and instead of owning up, he pulled a stunt that made him look even worse, and then got blacklisted from the property. At number 5, Kourtney and Khloe Kardashian. When the Kardashians were riding their rise to fame, their reality show Keeping Up was gaining popularity, and the network decided to try and make a spin-off show that focused on Kourtney and Khloe Kardashian. Since Keeping Up centered mostly around Kim, they wanted to give the other Kardashian sisters some time in the spotlight, but that didn't really end up going so well. The show was supposed to follow the sisters in the Hamptons, but the Hamptons weren't really down with that idea. The classy Long Island town didn't want anything to do with the Kardashians or their cameras because it was disturbing the peace, so to speak. This area is frequented by some classy folk in the summertime, and so the last thing they wanted was a camera crew and some loud LA folk wandering around the area. When Kourtney and Khloe rolled up, the townspeople started yelling at them to go home, and some places even refused to serve them because they were unwelcome in the area. Restaurants and other places banned the Kardashians, so eventually the show had nowhere to go. The Hamptons started hating the Kardashians before it was even cool, so maybe it's kind of a chill place to go. If you're not a celebrity, that is. At number 4, Led Zeppelin. If there's anything I've learned from researching these lists, is that rockers and hotels just don't mix. I mean, just wait for number 1. That one is wild. But for now, let's talk about Led Zeppelin and why they were banned from a few American hotels. In the 70s, the rockers caused quite a bit of trouble in a number of hotels, from riding motorcycles in the lobby to using fish inappropriately. Yes, I said fish. These guys were wild and the hotels were not happy. They've been banned from the Chateau Marmont, the Hyatt on Sunset Boulevard, the Edgewater Hotel in Seattle, and probably a number of others. Part of me would have loved to see the shenanigans up close, but maybe not the fish incident. I don't know what happened there, and I don't think I really want to. At number 3, Amanda Bynes. Amanda Bynes had a hard time back in 2014. She had a highly publicized fall from grace and was heavily criticized. Every move she made was covered in the tabloids, including one incident at a store that ended in her getting banned. While shopping at the high-end store Barney's, Amanda was caught by security trying to walk out of the store wearing a $200 hat without having paid for it. This wasn't the first time Amanda has gotten into trouble like this, since, as I've mentioned before, she was having a tough time in her life around this time. Before this, she was caught driving under the influence and was even detained by police after security caught her smoking an illicit substance in the lobby of her Times Square apartment. This hat incident just added to the troubles that she was facing, and as a result of her theft, she was asked to sign a document banning her from ever entering the premises again, in return for not pressing charges. So I guess she lucked out on that. At number 2, Russell Crowe. I don't know who needs to hear this, but here's your reminder to not throw things at people when you're angry. It's unnecessary and just escalates the situation even more, and Russell Crowe is a good example of where those kinds of actions get you. Back in 2005, Russell Crowe got mad. There were a number of reasons why he was mad, but he was just really in a horrible mood. Apparently, Russell was trying to call his wife in Australia while he was at a hotel in New York. He went down to the front desk to complain about how his suite's phone was working, and for some reason he brought the phone with him. Like, why did you have to unplug the phone just to make your point? Anyway, the concierge was just trying to help Russell with his problem, but he just got angrier and ended up throwing the phone at the concierge's face. Russell ended up cutting the concierge just under his eye when he threw the phone, and later when the police were called, he was charged with and criminal possession of a weapon. The weapon in this case being the phone. On top of that, the actor was banned from that hotel because no one wants another phone incident. And finally, at number 1, The Who. Now, I just had to put this one at number 1 because of how outrageous this is. The band The Who, and more specifically the band's drummer Keith Moon, well, they had a wild side. They had a reputation for messing with hotels, and Keith was usually the one behind the shenanigans. In August 1967, the band planned an after party at the Holiday Inn to celebrate Keith's 21st birthday. Well, things certainly got wild and a number of rules were broken, property was damaged, and the police were called. By the end of this wild night, they had blown up a toilet, gotten hurt while running from the police, and apparently they drove a car into the hotel swimming pool. The open bar and cake that was supplied for the birthday bash certainly fueled the tomfoolery. After all was said and done, the band was banned from all Holiday Inn locations and was banned from Flint, Michigan, where this all went down. Now, I want you guys to tell me about a time that you watched an altercation go down at a public place. It could be a Karen encounter or a fight at a restaurant or mall. Just tell me all the juicy details down in the comments. But anyway, that has been our list. I've been your host, Bree Room, and until next time, stay safe, make good choices, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay groovy, friends. She's had beefs with singers like Zayn Malik. Scandals online have resulted in getting banned. Scandals online resulting in getting her banned has... Oh my god.